What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Merry Christmas, by the way, to everybody still celebrating December 25th all around the world. Hopefully, you guys get a little break from your daily routines. Let's jump into the news here today from Plarium. I wasn't expecting any news from Plarium, considering it's Christmas and all. But we did get a little bit here, and it's actually kind of helpful considering that the Deck of Fate is still happening right now. So first, they gave us some information for the upcoming champion chase for the weekend. So here is the bit of news. So they say this Friday, December 27th, we're planning to launch 2 events simultaneously. We're planning to launch a 2x event to summon epic and legendary champions from Void Shards. So there's a 2x event for Voids, meaning that the odds for Void Shards will double. So you see here the normal rates for Voids, 8% epics, 0.5% legendaries. During this event on the weekend, it's going to be 1% legendary, 16% epics during a champion chase. Now that's going to give you some good return on your shards if you guys are looking for a good time to pull them. It's also going to give you a really decent chance to pick up one of the more impactful Void epic champions in the game, where you can basically, transform your account. So if you're like new or mid game, and you're still looking to get into like Ultra Nightmare, Clan Boss, for example, there's a couple really good Void epic champions that can really propel your account that way. So having boosted rates on epics, Void epics especially, are going to be very, very good for this type of player. The second thing was it's actually paired up with a champion chase. So on the calendar here, we have the champion chase already scheduled for the weekend here on the 27th. So it is going to be, basically paired up together with the 2x Void event, which is actually pretty good because the Void shards are going to give you some good points for the Champion Chase tournament. This is part of the Lady Noelle fusion, so if you're not going for her, you're going to be picking up kind of like a useless rare along the way. But it's still going to give you quite a bit more points per Void shard. So it's still a good time to pull your Void shards if you're looking for that. The other good bit here from this news is actually, since we actually have the Deck of Fate still active, it kind of allows us to make the decision whether we want to spend Void Shards on this event or save it for the Champion Chase. So obviously now, if you were on the fence about spending Void Shards, you would definitely be probably more inclined to spend Void Shards on the weekend Champion Chase as opposed to this Deck of Fate, if you were in that choice. I also want to make a small correction on myself. On my most recent video where I was outlining the Deck of Fate for Bells the Reckoner, I didn't actually cover the Summon Soulstone part of it. So there's actually 3 components to the Deck of Fate: Dungeon Divers, Champion Chase, and a Soulstone component. Generally, I'm not a huge fan on pulling Soulstones outside of 2x events, basically because the odds are so low, and I want to give myself the best odds of pulling something impactful. I would much rather pull shards than soulstones, but if you're on the edge of getting this champion or getting the deck finished, then you might have to pull soulstones. But otherwise, I would just leave out soulstones entirely. It does provide you an extra avenue of resources to complete the deck if you were that tight on those resources, but I would definitely stay away from the soulstones. Outside of 2x events, I'm not pulling them. All right, and then we have the second half of the news. They are also launching a 10x chance to summon Pheidi Tealcrest from Void Shards. Now, I did a showcase on this champion when he was first released, and I gotta say, he is definitely awesome. He is awesome champion. And I'm honestly thinking about probably going all in for this champion. Fighty here, Tealcrest. He's basically like he's a pterosaur, right? He's a pterosaur in humanoid form. Looks super cool. I don't know. I think it looks cool. Some people were saying in the comments that they don't like the look of it. It's kind of boring, but I think he looks, like wild, like a wild, crazy warrior. But his kit is actually quite insane. He has very good base stats for very good base stats overall. He is a Void legendary, so we have to hold him to a higher standard here. A1 double hit heals all allies, so it's an AoE heal by 5% of this champion's max HP. That's really good. Cardio has something similar. Cardio has a heal for I believe 7.5% for the whole team. Each hit also has a 75% chance to fill the turn meter of the ally with the lowest turn meter by 10%. So you got 2 hits here, 100% chance of filling the lowest turn meter ally by 10% each hit. So 20% fill for the lowest guy. I think that's pretty good. Good support abilities, right? You got team heal twice for 5%, and then you have a 20% for the lowest turn meter ally. His A2, attack all enemies before attacking, remove all buffs. So he's got a AoE strip, and then attack. He's void affinity, so he won't weak hit or anything like that. He has 100% chance when fully booked, placing AoE block buffs and decreased speed. So these are really, really powerful for things like Hydra. Honestly, block buffs is really powerful for Arena as well, just because he does provide his own strip. So he comes in with the strip and then he puts the block buffs. So if the enemy Arena team doesn't have like a cleanser, then suddenly all his buff champions are not going to be any useful anymore. So it's a really, really nasty ability. And then the decreased speed, of course, very, very strong against Hydra, against Waves, Arena. And then the third part is also fills the turn meter of all allies by 15%. On a 3-turn cooldown, this move is actually pretty insane. Brings a lot. It brings a strip, block buffs, decreased speed, and turn meter fill. So if you compare this guy to like, I think I compared him to like Odin, another Void legendary, where Odin has a 3-turn AoE strip, decreased defense, and stun. So Fighty here has a AoE strip with the block buff, decreased speed, and a turn meter boost. I think it's hard to say which one's better, to be honest. Both are insane and bring tons and tons of value. So I would say this 3-turn strip ability is definitely on par with some of the best in the game currently, I would say. At least for non-mythical champions, at least. But his actual best move is his A3, increase resistance. So he places 2 team buffs on everybody. So not on himself, but on everybody else. And then he goes into a decreased cooldown of all ally active skills except this champion by 3 turns. So a 3-turn reset. And then they actually specify that this skill cannot be decreased by cooldown decreasing effects. So you can't use things like Merciless or Reflex on Fighty himself, and he can't be reset on this ability. The reason why I think they added this particular text here is obviously, they want to cover their butts in terms of doing broken stuff. But also because this move is on a 4-turn cooldown. It's only on a 4-turn cooldown, which is really, really low to get basically a full reset on most skills. 3-turn cooldown on most skills. You don't see too many skills like, that are 4 turns or higher, for example. But on a 4-turn cooldown, this skill comes back very, very frequently, and it's actually super insane. It's a super insane move. Also increased resistance and 2 buffs as well. So he brings a lot. He brings debuffs, he brings buffs, he brings a reset, he brings healing, and then his passive here, not that crazy, but turn meter fill effects on allies under hard CC are 30% more effective. So he can basically boost your teammates out of hard CC a little bit faster. And then whenever sheep debuff is removed or expires, it heals the allies by 25% of their max HP and places increased speed on them for 1 turn. So again, when the sheep comes back to basically normal form, Fighty's passive allows the sheep champion to basically come back into the fight a little bit faster, gives them increased speed, gives them a little bit more HP, and then multiple champions on the team on the skill, only one will be activated. So it gives your team a little bit of an extra chance to get back in the fight after coming out of hard CC or sheep. Just more support abilities, and then he brings the big increased resistance in all battles, same as Sifi and all that. And like I said, his base stats are super good. 105 is a little bit slow, I guess, when compared to, like, I don't know, other champions with base speeds of like 110 or higher. But great base HP here. Really like to see 23,000 almost on this champion. Yeah, like I said, this champion is really good. Plays really well in Arena, plays really well in Hydra. You can build him out in a couple different ways. Very versatile. He's of course going to be a main support champion. You could even place him with Hex so that he places the AoE here. It's on a 3-turn cooldown. So it's a very strong champion, I think. In terms of whether he's worth going for a 10x, that's going to be up for you guys. If you got him, I think you're obviously going to be very happy with him. But keep in mind, guys, a 10x doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be getting like this champion for sure. It's about a 12% chance. So if you pull a legendary, a void legendary, so 1% chance to pull it from a void shard, you have roughly about a 12% chance of pulling this specific champion if you guys were gunning for him. The best way to basically target these type of events is to make sure you guys track your mercy. So for myself, I use something called RSL Helper here. RSL Helper will show you the shards that you have pulled on your account. As long as RSL Helper is active, it'll keep track of your shards. So for me, for this account, for example, I pulled 113 void shards since my last legendary. So technically I could go all in for Fighty here because I have over 100 void shards. I can pull, you know, I can go into Mercy and guarantee myself a void legendary, and then I have a 12% chance of getting Tealcrest here. So that's kind of how you target these type of specific events. So if I really wanted Fighty here, then that's probably what I would do. But I'm kind of undecided. I think he's really good, and I would definitely be really happy to get him. But I don't know if this guy is what I really want on my account. I'm not too sure. I'll have to think about that a little bit. But that's going to be on the weekend, guys. Friday, I believe it's going to be a multi-day event. It did specify that the 10x boost for Tealcrest will be 1 day shorter than the 2x boost for all of the void shards. So if you don't want this guy at all, then you guys can get the 2x boost on a day where there's no 10x boost on any champion. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the news today. Like I said, Merry Christmas. Enjoy your days off. Hopefully we will see each other again tomorrow. Yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are planning to do this weekend, or are the holidays just taking over your lives? But yeah, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of Tealcrest. Make sure you guys check out the showcase that I got on him as well. And yeah, I think he's a crazy champion. But we'll see. Anyways, guys, take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.